Recently, Young Miami says she does not want her daughter Summer to grow up being a city girl like her.
So Summer ain't allowed to be no city girl?
No. I want her raised totally different. Like, you know, I don't even want her to even see the light of day like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, you know, like level-headed, a schoolgirl, and just on a whole nother ways. Like, you know, I kind of was raised different, so I don't want to raise her up how I was raised. So, you know, I'm a city girl, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I don't want that for my daughter.
Well, if she ain't want it for your kids, then why you want it for her? Because these folks don't care nothing about your kids. They will sacrifice your kids like a cow to the slaughter every time if it comes to making some money. But when it comes to their kids, they do things differently. If they trying to be good parents, you know what I'm saying? They probably gonna shield their kids from certain things. They probably ain't gonna show them the city girl lifestyle. They probably ain't gonna have them twerking all out in the streets. They probably ain't gonna have them slanging dope and busting guns and doing all the rap stuff, shooting people in the face. You know what I'm saying? Good parents usually want to give their kids a better life than they had and raise them differently from they would had. And that's if you're trying to be a good parent. There's a lot of ratchet chicks that's out here, got your daughters twerking in diapers and all of that. And yeah, I seen Finesse 2 times the other day. It's a little kid, about 8 years old or something, that he took in, and he got him just acting like a grown, ignorant adult. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was smoking, but he was around cussing, slang, talking about money and it was just ridiculous to watch. But, you know, but just getting back to Young Miami not caring nothing about our kids, it ain't just her though, because they do the same thing. They'll sing about trapping and slanging dope and have all our little kids pointing the guns in the videos and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Have all our 10-year-old daughters twerking to their songs. But when it comes to their children, they do things a bit different. Steve Jobs even. Steve Jobs, first with the iPhones and got everybody on their phones and this, that, and that. Steve Jobs, they asked him does his kids have iPhones? He was like, no. iPad, iPhone, none of that. I wouldn't dare allow it, right? And so they don't mind selling it to your kid, and you see it today. Why would he say something like that, right? But when you take a phone from a child at a school and they go crazy and stomp a teacher's leg, I break a teacher's leg, fighting teachers, spraying people with mace, these kids go nuts when they get their phone taken away. This is why he wouldn't dare give it to his children, but he'll sell it to us though. And we happily put our child in front of it every 2 minutes and addict them to it, and just to get them to sit down and be still, right? So we got to think about that too. That's not raising a child either. Plopping them in front of the TV all the time. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have some time to get away from this idiot box that we all stuck on, me included. Like we all ain't no saints about this, but we gotta be better. And mostly I'm just talking to the parents, because the outside influences, the city girls, the Young Miamis, the JTs, any rap artists that you're gonna come across, they are not going to have your child in mind. They are just not. Some people start to grow and mature, and they not only want to not see their kids doing certain things, but they don't want to see other kids doing certain things. I'll be seeing these kids out here, and you know what I'm saying? And you have to teach lessons sometimes, and that's very hard to do, because you say some of these kids, they wild, they crazy, you know what I'm saying? You really have to go there with some of these kids, just like these teachers do. And they don't pay these teachers enough to deal with these kids that coming from these ratchet homes. And it's not enough, man. It's, you know, we have gotten away from the village point of view, where we want to see other kids do better as well. Now we just like, it was just our kid. And then if anybody outside of you or say something to your child, then you got a problem with it. Can't nobody correct your child out in public. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back to letting people correct your children. I ain't saying you got to let people punch your child in the face or nothing, or put their hands on your child. But I am saying somebody should be able to correct your child out in public somewhere, and then your child be humbled enough to be quiet and not want to fight an adult or this, that, and other. But these kids are raised different. And you can tell that at home, a whole lot of stuff is being shown to the kids that probably shouldn't be there. I'm just saying, Young Miami's daughter is like 3 years old. It's places, it's a bunch of young women around the world that is playing her songs that she wouldn't dare play for her own child. They playing them to their 3-year-old. And their 3-year-old is singing these lyrics. And listen, we have become so desensitized to it. We all guilty about, like, we don't even try to get around it because it's so much saturated in the culture. Every radio station you turn on got it on. They don't have nothing for the kids. But it leads me to believe that they just because they are indoctrinating our kids to be more ratchet as they come, because it all works in conjunction together. The music programs people, the video games help program people, the movies help program people. You wonder why stuff is getting so much out of hand these days. I mean, it seems like every 2 days it's a mass shooting report. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just wondering, do anybody find anything wrong with that? It's just, I mean, of course, we ain't of no shortage of violence in any hood in America, and that's white or black, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere you have a shortage of resources, you're going to have some stealing, pilling, and gunfighting going on in whatever community that is. And I'm just going to say, the music ain't helping it. We love our rap artists because we love the music. But we got to admit, man, we're going to be real about it. It ain't doing nothing good. I love a good burger too, but you can see from the jowls that ain't helping me too much neither. You know what I'm saying? So it comes a point where if you got your 5-year-old listening to some of this debaucherous music, and the artists themselves that make the music wouldn't let their kids listen to it, then you might want to take that into account. I ain't saying I ain't telling you what to do as a parent, but I am making some suggestions. It just seems that, hey, and even yourself, like I like, you think about some of the stuff, like, shouldn't you wonder if you should be even listening to the music or not? You know what I'm saying? I know I do. I'm some of the lyrics you start to hear, you be like, man, they saying what? Like, I can't keep doing this, listening to this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm turning off certain stuff. But I'm going to tell you, man, music is hard to unplug from when it's everywhere. And then you're trying to get better versions of it. You're trying to, you try to try to do like the old school. Sometimes I'll be thinking of, we put on the old school station, 92.3 or something. Now the old school is like music of my time. They still playing the ratchet stuff. And then even the old school, they still talking about freaking on there. It's just so much saturated into the culture that it's hard to get away from. And I understand that it's hard to shield your child from this stuff because all other kids have it. All other kids are doing it. But I am saying there should be an attempt made, because it's a reason that Young Miami says she don't want her child listening or acting to the music and repeating the lifestyle that she's living right now. And even she doesn't want the lifestyle that she's preaching to the music. She telling y'all to be city girls while she chasing Diddy, trying to hope he marry him. You understand what I'm saying? So she don't even want the debaucherous, she talking about, I do what I want to do, all it. She want to be married and sitting down somewhere, being a pretty housewife, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. I ain't going to say a housewife, but she definitely want the married lifestyle, though. You know what I'm saying? Instead of this city girl twerking it up, throwing cheeks everywhere all across the world. Now, hey, do what you want to do with your kids, man. I ain't tripping. We ain't perfect, but I'm just saying a little something to think about. This your boy Pete Camp. Let me know what you think. And you don't think, get at your boy.